Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here with yet another One Piece chapter reaction and review. We're finally off from break, and it's time to get started with chapter 962, the Daimyo and his retainers. In the last chapter of 961, Oden completely takes out the mountain boar, but due to his reputation to the people of Wano, he's completely blamed for it. Because it's Oden. People like to blame him for any natural disaster that happens within Wano. But at the same time, Denjiro and Kinemon, they both become his loyal followers as soon as he pretty much takes out the mountain boar that's ravaging all of the flower capital. And then he meets up with his uncle, Shimotsuki Yasuie, and it's there we're finally introduced to his brand new humble servant, who turns out to be none other than Kurozumi Orochi. And yeah, Orochi used to work for Yasuie. So as the chapters goes on, let's see how he goes from humble servant of Yasuie to his later executioner. So let's go ahead and get that started. Chapter 962, the Daimyo and his retainers. And we still have Capone with Oh My Family. Yep, Gang Beige, Oh My Family, Volume 12. We stumbled upon an intoxicated, vacuum-kissing devil and her pursuers. So if you guys remember from Dressrosa, when Frankie was trying to destroy the Smile Factory, there was this one lady there who was guarding it, and, you know, guarding all the tontadas that were there. And Frankie pretty much came up in his mind just to kiss her and try and, you know, get her out of the way. And she kind of became infatuated from that, and now she's just going around kissing everybody. Sailors, Marines, anyone she can get her hands on. And she's also drunk, so I guess there's no hope for that. But the thing about her is that she's literally kissing all these Marines, and she's kind of almost sucking their face off in the process, like stretching their face from it. So, do with that information what you will. Alright, after being exiled from the capital, Wano Country Hakumai. What? Are you really leaving, Sir Oden? We will be free of your trouble, but it will be lonely without you. I heard there was a beast living in Kuri, a monster by the name of Ashura Doji. I got an upturned lip when I do like this. Kuri is a cancer upon Wano. Even Lord Sukiyaki does not touch the place. Kuri has become a haven for fleeing criminals. As soon as one crosses into Kuri, the laws of shogunate are meaningless. Although, if they are not strong enough to survive in Kuri, then they are only delaying their death sentence. Kuri is so lawless it might as well not be part of this country. How interesting. I think I will take my own tour around the country. And, oh, this is the room we stayed in. This is the room. Oh, that's Sukiyaki. Oh, no, there's someone else. This is the room he stayed in? Just look at this place. How could he make such a mess? We should demand compensation. Well, I would rather just pretend a natural disaster passed through. Lord Yasuie, you are too soft on Oden. The money is gone? Yes, it was locked in the safe, but I hate to be a snitch. Oh, Orochi reminds me of Randall from Recess. I hate to be a snitch, but I saw what happened. It was Lord Oden. He stuffed all the money into a bag. And he has his hand like this. I knew it! He repaid our hospitality by robbing us. Unforgivable! If Oden was responsible, he would have done it in a more spectacular manner. Are you certain, Orochi? Yes, please forgive me. I was just too scared to stop him. Yasuie senses something, and so do I. Because it's not like Oden to do something underhanded like this and quietly. Because in this panel, the safe is just simply open. But the room that Oden stayed in is completely destroyed. Why would Odin take the money so quietly and unspectacularly, but destroy the room? Orochi says he doesn't want to be a snitch, but I see a snake. And Yasuye doesn't say anything because he and I are thinking the same thing. Orochi lying. The spirit is telling me that you're lying. After leaving Hakumai, Odin and his followers caused many incidents on their way to Kuri. How long are you two going to follow me? Forever! We adore you! He looks disgusted! What are you two doing? As your servants, we must stand guard. Come inside already, you dolts. What are you doing? I have decided to keep a log. Apparently, sailors from the outside world do the same thing during their voyages. And so, from then on, their exploits were recorded in Odin's logbook. Ooh, I wonder if that's still an item that's in Wano somewhere. Ooh, here we go. In Ringo, we encountered two hungry brothers covered in filth. Younger brother Kikunojo, and son of the former head of the Hanayanagi. Yeah. Son of the former head of the Hanayanagi school, Izo. They danced on the streets to get by, but the locals treated them scornfully. I learned that they were raised in a dancing school, but their family was torn apart after their father was arrested and convicted. And they're eating with Odin right there. Eat up, you brats. They scarfed down the Odin we made with tears streaming down their faces. In Kibi, there was a demon that would steal human hair. It did not matter whether his victims were dead or alive. He turned out to be a weirdo who used the hair to make brushes so he could sell them to make a living. The demon of Kibi, Kanjuro! He came for my hair, so I beat him up. He has been following me ever since. I yield! I thought you were a corpse! It seems that he was persecuted in the past, but you reap what you sow. In Udon, there were rumors of a heinous mountain bandit. He would fight any man he locked eyes with and kidnap any women. Why do you guys keep following me? But it turned out to be Raizo, a genius ninja who resigned from the Kozuki family's Oniwa Banshu. He was heartbroken after being rejected by a kunoichi. Former member of the Kozuki family's Oniwa Banshu, Raizo. Lord Odin, I am sick of living in hiding like some hermit. And lastly, we get to the lawless lands of Kuri. Kozuki Odin is coming to Kuri? The Shogun's own blood, huh? I would love to kill him. Bring him to me. Yes, sir! I hate privileged people with power the most. The unstoppable monster of Kuri, Ashura Doji. And he's drinking either sake with a hint of snake blood in it, because there's a cut-off head of a snake falling away from it, or he's just drinking up a whole sake dish full of snake blood. Where's Sir Odin? He said he was going to relieve himself. I think he went south. I thought he said that yesterday. He often disappears for a day or two on his own, on a whim, right? Hey, wait a second, Kuri is to the south. What? How disgraceful, I swore that I would die for him, but I am late to the battle. Look, the front gate is broken. After I broke open the gate, I was overwhelmed by the stench of blood, sweat, and corpses. So you are Kozuki Odin. I was disowned. That is no longer my name. It was as if the entire world turned its killing intent and directed it towards me. The rules there seem simple. One is free to enter, but leaving would mean death. Tell your boss that a samurai has come. How stifling. Such an environment is unfit for humans. Never leave. That is the kind of rule I hate the most. Hurry, look for Lord Odin! There's dust coming from the mountain. He must be there! Sir Odin, we are here to help! They followed me, even out here. Sorry, I just finished up here. It took all night. I can't believe it took that long. So this is the power of the infamous Ashura Doji. Yo, he bodied everyone. He's just sitting on top of Ashura, just chilling. Now the thing is, he's bloodied and he's got an arrow sticking in parts of his body. But every single person around him is out. Odin beat everybody. Hurry up and kill me. It was inevitable that my life would end here. I have no regrets. Hey, you lot. Do you all still adore me? I will be needing your strength and wits. I have decided that I want to become the king of these scumbags. It was a hellish land filled with the stench of corpses, but Odin used his overwhelming might to round up all the ruffians of Kuri and turn that hell into a peaceful and prosperous place for its inhabitants. And the retainer, the person that the right hand of Sukiyaki is running in telling him of the news, and Yasuye seeing all this. Only he would be able to do something like this, says Yasuye. Then we have Onimaru and the person he's with. He really changed that Kuri. Gong! Having heard of his remarkable exploits, Shogun Kozuki Sukiyaki reversed his decision to disown Odin. He then declared his son Daimyo of Kuri. Our very own Lord Odin is going to become Kuri's Daimyo! We did it! With this, Kuri will become a proper region. It is hard to believe this is finally happening after all that hard work. Congratulations, Sir Odin! Daimyo! Yeah! And everyone is cheering for him. Even Ashura Doji's in the bar like, yeah, that's our boss right there. Only he could bring Kuri together. Is something wrong, Ashura? Well, this is the first time I've seen what peace looks like. Thank you, Odin. Enough with the sappy talk. And Odin just kicks him in the face. And Ashura wants to fight him again. Although, now that you mention it, a daimyo requires retainers, I would rather not have some uptight officials following me. So you guys will do. You can become my samurai. And every single one of them is filled with tears. Kinemon, Raizo, Ashura, Kanjuro, Denjuro, Izo, and Kikunojo. Lord Odin! God, get off me. Your snot is dripping everywhere. 60 years later, and 33 years from the present, the survivors of the legendary Rocks pirates started recruiting. They would eventually become the beacons of power for the next generation. Wano Country, Kuri Beach. What are they, animals? Or are they just hairy people? Weird-looking monsters, perhaps. How freaky! Who are these two figures that have washed ashore? I'm trying to make out who the bodies are. One's small, and the other one's kind of big, but I can't tell who it is. Wait, could that be Nekomamushi and Inuarashi? Could this be where they finally meet Odin for the first time? Maybe. The survivors of the legendary Rocks pirates started recruiting. And we have Kaido, we got Whitebeard, we got Shiki, what looks to be Big Mom, and someone else off in the distance. I can't tell if that's Rocks D. Zebek or someone else. But that's the end of the chapter. Chapter 962 end. And we finally find out how Odin pretty much brought peace to Kuri and got everyone that followed him to be his loyal retainers. But let's talk about the real important thing. Orochi's starting to show some of his colors. Yasuye is starting to notice something wrong. I did too. When it turns out the money that Yasuye had is all gone. People are some of his people were saying, oh, it was Odin. He destroyed the room and he took the money. Then Orochi comes out of nowhere saying, I hate to be a snitch, but I saw him put it all in his bag. Now, the thing that tips Yasue off that something is amiss is the fact that the safe that the money was held in was not destroyed in some spectacular fashion. That is Odin's MO. The room that he stayed in is completely destroyed, yet the safe is just simply opened. So, it means that someone's either a snitch or they're lying. And we all know who lying around here. Don't let this humble servant look fool you. He's already starting to work. But then we see Kinemon and Denjiro traveling all around with Odin. And then they pick up Izo, the brother of Kikunojo. And then we see them pick up Raizo and Kanjuro. All the people that we've come to know as the Red Scabbards. We all see how they meet each other. And it gets to the point where they're all just sitting down for camp. And Odin is making his way towards Kuri. And Odin just goes off by himself. And then they all realize, wait, he went south. Kuri is south! He went to Kuri! Gotta find him now! So, he goes all the way there by himself. With Ameno Habekiri and Enma. Completely decimates the entire region. Beats everyone, including Ashura Doji, who's pretty much running the place. And in one night, beats everyone. And then afterwards, he bans every single person there together, and he starts to make Kuri an actual prosperous and peaceful place. To the point where everyone knows of his exploits, and even his father comes along and says, I'm sorry, son, to put this disownment on you, but seeing as how you've come so far with Kuri, a place that was known only as a place of death, for you to come this far, I now pronounce you the Daimyo of Kuri. So that's pretty much how it went, and now Odin is the Daimyo of Kuri, and all the people who followed him, Kinemon, Kanjuro, Raizo, Denjiro, Ashura, Kikunojo, and Izo, they all follow him. He pretty much made them all his retainers. So now his goal is to... Hold on, let me go back. He wanted to become the king. Okay, so all that happened. And yeah, they're pretty much all his retainers now. But it says 60 years later, and 33 years from the present, the survivors of the legendary Rocks pirates started recruiting. They would eventually become the beacons of power for the next generation. So, what are the odds that we could actually get some more story for the Rocks pirates in the future? And it's all linked to Odin. Because remember, Whitebeard tried to recruit Odin, and Roger recruited Odin. So, who knows? We could maybe get some more story on the Roger pirates as well. With the history of Kozuki Odin. Who knows? But overall, I thought this was a fantastic chapter that stopped right here. But this last image right here, who are these two figures that have washed ashore? I feel like this is Nekomamushi and Inuyasha. I feel like this is where they're going to meet the first of the Minks. I feel like that's these two, because one looks like they have droopy ears and the other ones have ears with stripes on the top, and I believe Nekomamushi has those stripes on his ears. So I believe this is Nekomamushi and Inuyasha. But overall, I thought this was a very good chapter to come back from break from. I really enjoyed it, and I actually can't wait to see what the next chapter holds, because yay, we don't go on break next week. So, you guys let me know what you thought of this chapter as a whole. With that being said, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in the next videos. Have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples.